Now, I'm analyzing very carefully here. The joking is aside. I'm paying very careful attention to her mannerisms and her facial expressions. Very careful. And I know exactly what she's doing. And she's smart, this bitch. So let's go back. I don't know how to go back a few seconds. Maybe if I press back here. She's very clever because she's very good at leading conversations. Now, as a master, which is what I am, as a master, I was in the pimp game. I had 75 women make me over $10 million. I understand manipulation. As a master manipulator, I know when someone's trying to manipulate. And although Oprah is the interviewer and Oprah is seasoned, that bitch has been around the block, this chick is smart. So when she wants you to agree with her, when she wants you to say yes, she nods. When she wants you to say no, she shakes her head. She gives you the visual prompt. So here while she's talking.
And that's the only way I can describe it, because.
So we've gone back a little bit. She's talking about sleeping through the night, all that shit. But watch when she starts saying certain things and she talks this way.
And then
you'll see.
Woke up and started listening to that song, Going to the Chapel. And just tried to make it fun and light and remind ourselves that this was our day. But I think we were both really aware, even in advance of that, this wasn't our day. This was the day that was planned for the world.
Everybody who gets married knows that you are really marrying the family too. But you weren't just marrying a family, you were marrying a 1,200-year-old institution. You're marrying the monarchy. What did you think it was going to be like?
I will say I went into it naively because I didn't grow up.
I went into it naively, and she does this so that Oprah agrees. So now we've established, this is the little details. I'm a chess player, right? When you lose chess, there's very often not a big catastrophe. There's tiny catastrophes across the board that put you in a bad situation. By saying, I went to do it really naively, and Oprah going, yeah, we've now established she was naive. Naivety is a sign of victimhood, right? We've already established now she's the victim. I went into this naively. I didn't know they were so bad. Yeah. Now the whole frame of the interview is now set. It's been a few seconds. And she sat there and she shook her head. She got Oprah to agree with her. And now the whole world believes that she's some naive poor girl who didn't know that the royal family had such high expectations. How can the British royal family have high expectations of me? I was naive. Aw, poor Meghan. Pay attention to these things, gentlemen. This is what happens. This is why I had laser eyes on this hoe. Because I knew she was going to try this shit.
Knowing much about the royal family, it wasn't something that was part of conversation at home. It wasn't something that we followed. My mom even said to me a couple months ago, she said, did Diana ever do an interview? Now I can say, yes, a very famous one, but my mom doesn't even know that, right?
But you were certainly aware of the royals.
Of course.
And if you're going to marry a royal, then you would do research about what that would mean.
Well, I didn't do any research about what that would mean.
You didn't do any research?
No.
Good question by Oprah. Good point by Oprah. If you're going to marry a royal, you do research as to what that would mean. Well, I didn't do any research. And this, you know what, Meghan, the thing is, let me tell you something about females, especially bitches like her. They have this facade of, they have to try, because they're so evil, they have to try very hard to come across as nice. That's the act for them. For most people, you're quite moderate. You can act extra nice or act mean, right? But when you're genuinely an evil bitch, you're evil all the time in private. So when you go in public, you have to try very hard to put on the nice act. And there's always cracks. And there was a crack right there. When Oprah said, surely you did some research. Without even a second's gap, no hesitation. Surely you did some research. No, I didn't do any research. Instantly, she got mad. She's mad now. Her blood instantly boiled because someone questioned her. Who questions? You can't question Meghan Markle. How dare you question Meghan Markle? She's a princess.